story time now, and we're going to read a book called Whistle for Willie. But during story time, I need everyone's bottoms to be on the carpet, and everyone needs to be sitting crisscross applesauce so all of our friends can see all the pictures and words in the book. And when I'm reading the story, your voices are off. Because if everyone else is talking, then some of our friends might not be able to hear what's going on. Okay? All right. So, we are going to read Whistle for Willie, and it's by Ezra Jack Keats. And Ezra Jack Keats is the author and the illustrator. So he wrote all of the words in the book and drew all of our pictures. Right. So on the cover here, we have my friend Peter and Peter's dog, Willie.
And he's not real, Peter?
Vivian, voices off until the end of the story. Peter looks like he's doing something with his mouth, and Willie looks like he's walking away. I wonder what's going on. Let's read this. Let's read the story to find out, right, Vivian?
Listen to the story.
Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. Look at Peter. He looks pretty sad over here that he can't whistle. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he just couldn't. I wonder if Peter is sad because he wishes he could do that with his dog Willie. So instead, he began to turn himself around, and around he whirled, faster and faster. So it looks like Peter isn't trying to whistle anymore. It looks like he's just taking a break and having some fun and spinning around and around.
Yeah? Like this.
When he stopped, everything turned down and up and up and down and around and around. So it looks like Peter's about to fall over. Looks like he's gonna lose his balance because he's dizzy since he's been spinning around and around so much. Peter saw his dog Willie coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton lying on the sidewalk. So it looks like Peter doesn't want his dog Willie to see him. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled, Peter thought? Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. So Peter wanted to whistle in the box so Willie would wonder where that sound was coming from. Peter tried again to whistle, but still he couldn't, so Willie just walked on. So Peter's probably feeling pretty disappointed right now, right? He keeps trying to whistle, but he just can't whistle.
I can whistle too.
Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and drew a long line right up to his door. So, Peter, he got out of his carton and he drew a line around the sidewalk and drew a circle around two girls skipping rope. And then he went past the barber shop and he ended up at the front door of his house.
And then something was going to happen.
He stood there and he tried to whistle again. He blew till his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. He went into his house and put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked into the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. So maybe Peter thought if he looked at himself in the mirror, maybe he thought he could whistle. But he still couldn't. So he must be feeling really frustrated that he can't whistle.
And that means when my dog comes to me.
When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother answered, "Why no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go and look for them," said Peter. So Peter is pretending to be his dad by wearing his dad's hat and talking like his dad. And Peter's mom over here, she's playing along too. First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. He jumped off his shadow, but when he landed, they were together again. And silly Peter, you can't run away from your shadow, right? Because your body makes your shadow. It's shade from the sunlight, so you can't run away from your shadow.
I didn't run with
He came to the corner where the carton was, and who should he see but Willie? Peter scrambled under the carton. He blew and blew and blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. Wow, so Peter must be really surprised and also really happy that he finally was able to whistle.
I can't whistle.
It's okay.
I can whistle.
Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. So Willie's looking. "It's me," Peter shouted and stood up. Willie raced straight to him. So look at Willie. Willie's smiling. So Willie knows that Peter whistled. And I bet Peter is really happy that he finally was able to whistle, because now he was able to be just like the other boy and his dog in the park in the first part of the book. So it looks like Peter's wish came true. He tried really, really hard practicing whistling, and he finally was able to. One second, Vivian. Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling, and so did Willie. So Peter over here is smiling and whistling. He looks pretty proud of himself. So proud is how you feel when you do something really great and you're really happy with what you did. And Peter's parents look really happy too, because they're both smiling.
But Willie's not. Yeah.
Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. So they made a trip to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. So that's the end of our story, but I have some questions for you guys before we finish. So, in this part of the book, why did Peter hide from his dog Willie? Why did he hide in this box? Can we raise our hands? Kevin, why do you think he hid in this box?
Because he's trying to whistle, so Willie can't see it.
Right, so Willie can't see him, so then maybe Willie will try and find him. Right, good job.
Willie.
Right, and then why did he try to hide in the carton on this page?
First the whistle comes.
Let's raise our hands. Betsy.
Because Willie hide in the carton and then to try really hard and and he whistle and Willie hears the whistle.
Right. So Peter wanted to try again to whistle and hid under the carton so Willie could try to find him. So in this book, Peter is really, really happy that he learned how to whistle. How many people are happy that Peter was able to whistle? Put your finger on your nose if you're happy Peter was able to whistle. Good, I'm really, really happy that Peter was able to whistle. So next time when we read this book, we're going to learn more about Peter and Willie's and Peter's parents' feelings. Okay? But since you guys did such a great job during story time, we're going to do my favorite cheer. And it's the silent cheer. So remember, we have our voices off, and we're going to silently cheer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job, guys. Yes?
When I go home, I'll be a teacher.
You want to be a teacher?
I
I love being a teacher. I'm so glad you want to be a teacher.
My sister got a class.
Really? She has a class? She's a teacher? Very cool.
I'm going to be a witch costume.
Very
Me
cool.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time to eat lunch, but we're all gonna wash our hands. So whoever's sitting